All right, y'all, what is going on? Back with another video. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Hopefully everything is good. The weekend has been it was pretty good for me. I was a little bit under the weather, but I was all right, not too bad. But we back at it, out here on the grind, making things happen. If you're out there grinding, that's great. If you are maintaining, that's even better. Keep up the good work. All right, so today I want to talk about one thing, but before I get into that, hey, go down in the description box and check out my Discord. Over there, we're going to be talking about gaming and everything under that umbrella that don't make it to this channel. And we could talk back and forth. I'll be down there. I'm placing memes. I'm doing links. I'm just talking about stuff. It has a lot of other things that are involved with gaming. So check out the Discord. Links down in the description. Hopefully, you guys check that out. And we're just going to go with that. Can't wait to see you guys there. All right, let's talk about football gaming, because I said on my live stream this weekend that I was going to get back into it, and what's the reasoning behind that and why I love football gaming so much. So this is kind of like an introduction to back to what I used to do. Now, this is the thing. I love all type of gaming. I've been playing games since like the late 80s. Football has just been a sport that I've been attached to all my life. I love football, play football games, watch football, talk it. This is what I do. It's one of the things I love to do. And to an extent, I did get burnt out with it for a while, and this is why I've been stepping back from it. But at the same time, it's just been irking me to get back to it. Just get back to talking football, playing the games, not necessarily doing the negative side of stuff, because that was kind of the way that I was, getting dragged down and burnt out. So the reasoning why I'm getting back into this is basically because I wanted to be more of a celebration of actual football games. And I talked about getting into it and what's going to be coming down the pipe when it comes to the actual commentary and the content. But it's just a beautiful thing when you really get into the aspect of football. I think it's a beautiful sport. I know it's a very high contact sport, but I think when it's done properly and it is actually like a well-oiled machine, it can be a beautiful thing. And playing the games make it even better, in my opinion, because you can see like technology actually putting it together to where it is you can actually watch poetry in motion when it comes to actually watching football, whether it be running through the A gap, completing a pass, making a touchdown, and whatever the case may be. Playing those on in the football gaming space, I just love it. It's just one thing that I really love to do. And I will say this: the celebration of football games and content comes with, the aspect of exploring all these football titles. Now, I have over like maybe 4, maybe 5 dozen. I have a lot of football games. I really do. I have probably anywhere between 40 and 50 football games. I have a lot of games. And I want to talk about those games from the early days up until now. I'm talking about stuff from like the early 90s up to Madden 26, and actually show off how well some of these games are. And the downside of that as well is there's some games that are not that good. Now, I know I just said I wasn't going to be as on the negative side of things when it comes to this, but we got to talk about the good, bad, and indifferent. And it's one thing to talk about the bad things, but it's one thing to be negative about it. And there's a difference, and I will be explaining that down the road when I start making the videos. Now, when it comes to this channel, it's not going to be all football. It's just going to be added to what we're talking about. Like the last video I did, we talked about Virtual Fighter, and before then, I played Tomb Raider on live stream. So it's going to be just an addition to the content, because a lot of people have been asking. So when I talk about games like, let's say for instance, NFL 2K, and how much we love NFL 2K, and we talk about NCAA football, how we love NCAA football. But there's some Maddens out there. There's the backbreakers of the world. There's some other games that are like really, really bad. But I want to talk about those as well, because okay, all right, my tablet on my truck is acting up, but it's fine. It is what it is. Technology, right? But it is just the fact that we have to talk about the good, bad, and indifferent. And I feel by doing that, it just gives us an appreciation of what we have. Like, people like to talk about All Pro Football 2K8, but then again, nobody likes to talk about Madden 11, But I'm here for it. I'm here to talk about all that, man. 11, NCAA 11, any of those games, I want to talk about those. And as a matter of fact, I have a football game coming in the mail that I really need to talk about and really need to discuss. And once that game gets here, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And no, it's not one of the best football games. It's actually pretty mid, but talking about it actually gives you a sense, and it will give you an understanding of where I'm coming from when it comes to this. So don't get me wrong, I love all the other stuff we talk about, the stop killing game stuff, the racing games. Absolutely like talking about the racing games, talking about fighting games, arcade games, all that good stuff, even some action adventure and RPGs. But I kind of got away from the football stuff because, to be honest, it was burning me out. If anybody know who's been around me for a long time, you know that's all I talked about. And it kind of, I believe it kind of stunted my growth a little bit on YouTube because the algorithm was just beating me down because I was, in a sense, being really negative. And I do feel like now, I feel like my channel was growing. I feel much more healthier as far as, content creating, creatively, making games, making content about games. It makes me feel like I can get back into the swing of things and just add this to the content, not necessarily having having a channel that's always focused around one thing. I like being a little more diverse, and I think this has helped. A lot of people who have been coming to the channel has been very, very receptive. They love what I've been doing, and I really appreciate you guys. And you guys are actually open to me getting back to my roots, and I want to do that. And I think it's a perfect time to do it now because of the fact that football season is coming up, and it is absolutely amazing. And I think the only downside to this is that I'm going to have to probably buy some games that I don't want to buy, but not saying I don't want to buy because I don't care for the content. It's just, these are some games that I'm going to buy that I know I may not spend a lot of time with. And this is one of the reasons why I have not bought Madden, well, not Madden, but College Football 26, because I did pay for the 10-hour trial because I have, Game Pass, PC Game Pass, and all the other stuff that comes with it. And I have that, but it just, I don't have the time to play those type of games like I want to for various reasons. For one, I am a big proponent of having the dynasty modes for the college football games and the draft classes be transferred over to Madden. I'm a big fan of that, and that's not around. So to be honest, I've been really playing NCAA 08 and I've been playing Madden 08, and I've been playing a little bit of NCAA Football 14 where you can take the draft classes into the OG Madden 25. And I love that aspect about the games, and I think EA did a phenomenal job of that. But now, due to NIL and all this other stuff, I don't see that happening. Some people saying that may be a thing in Madden 26 coming up, but I don't know, man. I mean, it's just too much money involved to be putting draft classes into these games nowadays. It's just, they really don't want to do that. But you do have the way to make your own draft classes, which is actually pretty neat, but it just don't hit the same, but that's for me, it's a deal breaker to me. That's a big pet peeve of mine. I love the draft classes being transferred over, but that doesn't take away from the games. The games could be good, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them if I feel like the ceiling is right there. Everybody who graduates don't go to Madden. Everybody who makes it, they're declared for the draft, don't go over to Madden. It's a deal breaker for me, to be honest. But to each his own. But we will talk about the other things into those games. So I will be, getting those games at some point. And we're just going to celebrate football games. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have at least one, maybe 2 days out the week where we celebrate football games and have fun, and we'll discuss it. We have a discussion about it. We'll talk about it, and I want to bring you guys along. So hopefully you guys will go along with it, and hopefully you guys will support it. I can't thank you guys enough for the support and the feedback. You guys are absolutely awesome. So all the links down in the description. Hit the Discord. Go ahead and hit the Twitch, YouTube, Rumble. What else I'm on? TikTok. All the other stuff. All the links down in the description. Check that stuff out. Hopefully you guys will hit me up there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all, take it easy. Y'all be blessed. I'm out. Peace.